All right. Ultimately, when this question of getting in shape, getting fit comes up, the question of what do you eat comes up. It has to, right? You don't get in shape, you don't get fit if your diet is trash. Like, that's just a fact. So I just came back from the supermarket. I did a grocery haul for the next 2 weeks. What I'm going to show you in this video is just my staples. These are the things that essentially make up pretty much all my meals now. So we're going to start with proteins, of course. Ground beef, 85-15, right? 85-15 is a bit more filling. So, and it's going to be a bit more calorie dense. You can probably see, yeah, you can see the calories. So for, what is that? 4 ounces? Yeah, I think the serving size is 4 ounces, but it's 21 grams of protein. So it's pretty protein dense, and it's more filling as well because it's got more fat. So if you're one of those people that needs to hit a certain calorie goal, I would suggest getting meals that are a bit more protein dense, like fattier cuts of meat. On the flip side too, or rather in the same vein, we have hamburgers. Hamburgers, I like hamburgers because they're easy to make. You just throw one of these onto the broiler, and within 10 to 12 minutes, it's ready to eat. You just, season up the side. So I typically buy these in packs of 3. There's 4 apiece. That's 12 days. So that'll last me from one paycheck to another. I mentioned hamburgers. I don't buy regular hamburger buns. I'll typically buy this Ezekiel bread, sprouted grain English muffins. These are my hamburger buns. Really, really calorie dense as well. See, we've got 90 grams per half a muffin. Lots of protein too, 6 grams. That's more than your average slice of bread. So I got 2 varieties this time around. I got the regular one, and then these are the flax ones. These only have 5 grams, but still, that's more than your regular slice. Plus, it's got a good amount of fiber too. All right. Whoops. So those are, now, what's the other one? Salmon. A bit on the expensive side, so I don't really buy this that much. I haven't bought salmon in a really long time. These portions are pretty huge, 8 ounces. What I'm going to do is, since there's 4 servings in here, what I'll do is I'll split each serving in half. So I'm going to get 8 servings for 235 calories a piece and 23 grams of protein. So these are pretty big, they're pretty hefty. I broil these as well, they're really good. One of my biggest staples is beans. My favorite actually being lentils. So one of my go-to meals is a simple lentil stew that I make with, soaked lentils. I usually soak these overnight. And I cook them in a pressure cooker with either some sort of tomato paste. There we go. So I'll throw this in with the lentils, throw in a little bit of water as well. Mix it up and cook for 40 minutes. When it comes out, it's still gonna have a lot of liquid in it. So what I'll do is I'll just cook it down and I'll season it till it gets to the consistency of a thick stew. That is my go-to meal. I'll typically have that with eggs. I didn't buy eggs. So I'll typically have that with 2 deviled eggs. Deviled eggs I make with the yolks, of course. 1 tablespoon of regular mayonnaise. I usually use light, but I switched up to regular because it's more calories. And a bunch of mustard, and sometimes I'll throw in a tablespoon of Greek yogurt to make it more creamy and also to add a bit more protein. Staple snack, cottage cheese. This brand, for some weird reason, it's got no salt. So I'll have to add salt to this and mix it up, but this is a solid go-to. 80 calories. Ooh, pretty good serving of protein as well. Was that 12 grams? Yeah, 12 grams. And I will have those with these. Pink Ladies are my favorite kind of apple. They are undisputed. They hold the throne. Love these because they're tart but sweet. They're firm, give a good snap. So I'll typically have one serving of the cottage cheese with one of these. I'll remove the core and I'll cut it up into cubes. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I mentioned beans before. I don't only use lentils. I use a bunch of different other kinds of beans. So black-eyed peas. Don't really know how to cook these, but I'll figure something out. You got your go-to, your red beans as well. And notice I buy these dry because they're a lot cheaper. Like if you're on a budget, you're gonna want to go with dry beans because you can always you get a ton from this. Like 1 cup of this will give you something like 3 cups finished, and 1 cup of lentils gives you something like 4.5 cups finished with the sauce. Sometimes I'll use spaghetti sauce as well. That's another hack you can use. 1 cup of spaghetti sauce with the lentils or the peas. When it cooks down, season it up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Protein powder as well. Whatever brand works for you. I like ProFlex Pro, which is from Melaleuca. But the hack, really, if you want extra, is something like this. Silk protein milk. This is plant protein. Now, I know a bunch of people will get on me about, oh, it's soy, it's this, it's that, whatever. It's protein. It works for me. It actually tastes not terrible as well. And I typically will get 2 flavors. I got a chocolate back there. This is the vanilla one. I use this with you can use this with any flavor of protein powder really, because it's vanilla, so it doesn't really have that much of a flavor profile. So you can make banana shakes, strawberry shakes, chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream, all flavors I have tried before. And I mentioned this is the chocolate one. I love this too. I have this triple chocolate death by chocolate shake that I make, and you see how much protein this has in 1 cup? 13 grams. That's killer, right? And it doesn't get all thick when you put the protein shake in. It doesn't get all thick and goopy. So that's a win for me. So my triple chocolate shake usually has a cup of this, 2 scoops of chocolate protein, 1 tablespoon of baking cocoa, which it's unflavored. So that really punches up that cocoa flavor as well. So Silk protein milk, win. And lastly, actually no, not yet. Protein spaghetti. Flavor, rather the brand doesn't make a difference. I like Ronzoni. I also like Barilla. 20 grams of protein. Actually, this is 20 grams of protein for 20 grams of protein, I believe, for not 2 ounces, for 3.5 ounces. 20 grams of protein, right? There it goes. So typically I'll have 2 ounces, which is 11 grams. Still solid, although not much more than regular spaghetti, which has about maybe 7 or 8 grams. So not a whole ton extra, but still every little bit helps when you're looking for that extra protein where you can get it. Right. So the thing I wanted to, and this is a huge hack for me. I love cake. I love sweets. Whenever I feel like I want to binge on something cakey and starchy, this is what I go for. Now I'm cheap, so I'll just buy the Bowl and Basket. I shop at ShopRite, so this is their store brand, Bowl and Basket. 16 grams, ton of protein for half of a cup of dry mix, and this is super easy to make. Just throw the mix in. I use something called Swerve, which is it's a non-sugar sugar. It's called Swerve. I mix that in with this because it's not that sweet. And I'll also throw in some maybe cinnamon and some nutmeg, mix that up. I like them thick, so I don't use that much water, but this is a good hack when you're feeling like you want something kind of naughty, but you don't want to cheat. And then this one right here. So this one doesn't have as much protein, only 13 grams, but still solid. and I will also throw in a tablespoon of whatchamacallit, baking cocoa in this as well with some swerve. And these plump up real thick. Oh my god, they're so good. So before this video runs too long, those are my staples. That's typically what I eat every single day. Like, I don't really get super bored with my food. Like, if I get bored, I'll switch it up. Like this week, I am gonna switch over to salmon because I don't really want to chicken too much. And of course, I've got some brown rice and some mixed veg that I'm gonna have with this. But yeah, generally speaking, I like my meals to be maybe 3 ingredients at the most, 2 or 3, because when you're cooking everything for yourself, it's like you need speed, you need efficiency, like you don't need complex. Don't forget hot sauce. I used to use sriracha, but my sriracha is finished, so I bought this. I'm really not sure what this is gonna taste like. It actually looks really hot, but whatevs. This goes really good typically with my lentil stew. So yeah, let me know if you guys might want some actual recipes. I can put some of those together. They're not super complicated. You're a guy like me who just doesn't have a ton of time to cook, or you don't like cooking. I think some of these recipes might do it for you. All right, see you guys in the next workout.